In the Netherlands, there is an eparchy or diocese of the Gregorian Orthodox Church. It is housed on a boat and has a chapel for worship and living accommodation for its members. And on this beautiful Mother's Day Sunday, we are going to have a look and see exactly how beautiful this chapel really is. But before we do that, we are going to pay a visit to the Basilica in Oudenbosch. Hello there and welcome to my channel. My name is Anita and I'm a Dutch-Kiwi. Oudenbosch was first mentioned in 1275. In 1837, a monastery boarding school, St Anna, was founded and Oudenbosch became a Catholic centre. In 1862, a first sugar factory was built in Oudenbosch and it became a centre of the sugar industry. But most of all, Oudenbosch is known for its basilica. Dutch papal zouaves and local Catholics gathered in Oudenbosch and left for Rome in 1868 to defend the papal state against Giuseppe Garibaldi's Italian nationalist army. Therefore, Pope Pius IX agreed to build a relatively big basilica in a small place. Originally a church, it was designated a minor basilica in 1912. A piece of the cloak that Pope John Paul II wore during the 1981 assassination attempt is kept there as a relic. The basilica is named after Agatha of Sicily and Barbara of Nicomedia, two Christian martyrs from the 3rd century. Its nave and interior were modelled after St Peter's Basilica, while the facade is a replica of the Basilica of St John Lateran, both located in Rome. The basilica was designed by architect Pierre Cuypers, and construction began in 1865, but was not fully completed until 1892. It is unique in the region in that it is relatively large, with a classical Italian appearance that is atypical for most Northern Europe, let alone a small town in North Brabant. Right, that's enough talking. It's time for a bit of music. From one extreme to the other, but both just as precious. The monastery ship Elia II belongs to the Gregorian Apostolic Orthodox Christian Church. The ship houses a nunnery or convent named after St Nino. The monastery nave has its own chapel, the St Nicholas Chapel. It is decorated with traditional frescoes. Their main occupation is brewing 5 types of special monastery beers, which are brewed entirely by the religious order themselves. This is to raise funds not only for their upkeep, but for the good works that they do in communities. The beers are truly unique in structure and taste. They are champagne, premium class beers. And it is possible to visit the monastery nave by appointment for a guided tour of the chapel with an explanation of the frescoes, combined with a taste session of the beers which have been brewed in their own brewery. That's exactly what we're going to do. The outing Lane had arranged for today, Mother's Day, because I couldn't be with my children, was a package. And this consisted of visiting the convent boat and learning more about it, tasting the beer made by the members of the church and explained to us by them. We were being served lovely snacks. We also had a 3-course dinner and a lovely boat tour on the Volkerak. When all this was complete, we were returned to our hotel where we had been picked up from, and we had a lovely night's sleep and returned home the next day. It felt just like we'd had a week's holiday. Well, while we were busy looking around the boat and everything, our food was being prepared, and everybody was just in such a good mood. It was lovely. Geweldig.
Hij gebruikt hem als een combinatie met de keuken.
Nasi. Ja, maar dat hoort toch ook zo?
Ja.
Hè?
Een Georgisch recept.
The service was marvellous. The information that we received was well explained, and it was just an absolutely lovely day out. But this must be the most amazing, unusual, wonderful and different Mother's Day I have had in my life. And I've been a mother for 52 years. Well, I tell you what, this is so unique, and I feel so privileged to have spent time today with these people. Because, I couldn't spend it with my children, which I would have loved to have done. But this, oh, absolutely unique. Before we left, we did put in a small order for beers, and after that, we were driven back to our hotel. Oh, what a day to look back on.
Ja, het is een auto.
Thank you to my subscribers for watching all the way to the end. And if you're not a subscriber, maybe this is a really good time to do it, because I have a lot more in store. Once back at the hotel, we did decide to just go for a wee walk in town. Now, Bergen op Zoom is very beautiful, and it really deserves a bit more time. So I'm actually going to go back there this summer and have a good look around. But here's a little taste.